Hey, good morning, everybody. It is 8:25 on August 25th. We're going to try to do some live trading here. Um, on the Nasdaq, we're doing a OneUp Trader evaluation, a 50K OneUp Trader evaluation. We're up a whopping $170 on our $3,000 goal. It's only day two, so that's just what it is. Let's look here at what's going on. If we look up on a daily chart, obviously the Nasdaq is tearing up. It's all-time highs. See if I can pull up a pen. All-time highs. We're just in this clear uptrend going up. So one thing we don't want to do is get caught at the top of this thing. It's at some point going to want to come back down before possibly going back up, or maybe do a larger pullback here going into the fall. We can see this uptrend line we drew here before. It's now kind of acting as support. It's not even coming close to actually touching it, but it's coming down. Just the bottom of the band on the daily is kind of acting as support at this point, and we're clearly way far away from that. So yeah, we had a lot of buying. The Nasdaq pulled back down into the back of the band here on the daily. Then we've come up, broken new highs. A lot of buying, and then yesterday we had weaker buying, so that might signal that we're going to pull back here. I would be cautious on buying this thing, thinking it's going to keep ripping up, because I don't think it is. The trend is obviously up, but I think it's going to want to pull back possibly today. If we look on the 1 hour chart, market's going to open in 3 minutes. If we look on the 1 hour chart, we can look at the weekly volume profile going on right here. Man, all that buying coming in on, I think this was Tuesday. Was this No, this was Monday. All this Monday buying coming in, shot it right up to all-time highs, and now we're just kind of ranging up here. If we look at this, we can see that the point of control is closer to the value area high. I suspect we're going to want to come down to 15,340, somewhere down here. We're probably maybe all the way down to 15,300 before it makes another attempt to go back up. But I'll be looking either to short it, capture some of now this pen would just stay up. Capture some of this coming down into here. Maybe take a short in around this area. That seems to be the trade. Try to take like 20 points in down here. But I do think we're going to pull back today. European stocks were kind of flat. We are positive delta 700. Let's see what the European session was doing. European session, yeah, well, mixed. I think it's going to be kind of a rangy day today. Asia's down, was down a little bit. Let's see what the yen looks like. Yen's up. Aussie dollar's down. It could be kind of like a risk-off situation, but it doesn't look super important. So yeah, I would be looking to take a short as we break this low, 15,300. Try to take it down to 15,300. Although this is support down here, I don't know. Maybe take a short higher up. Let's check our. So we need an ATM strategy. We'll just do one contract. And the market's gonna open right now. So let's see what we're gonna do here. There's a lag in the stream. There's nothing that I can do about that. It's like a 2 or 3 second delay, so apologize for that, but that's just YouTube. So right now we're hitting the top of the band, pushing up through it. I think this is a pretty small range on the open here. I mean, this is only 78, 70 to 78. It's only 8 points. I gotta wait to see if it starts moving around more. I may try to take a scalp on the open. I think that if we get down to like 57, if we break the 20 SMA, 58, 20 SMA in the 5 minute, I think we'll want to pull back down into like 40, this 43 area. We are breaking yesterday's high. Yesterday's high was at, let's see, it's moving higher. A lot of resistance up here though. Just watching it. I don't think it's got a lot of explosion in it today, so I don't want to like buy the break of this high. Normally I would probably try to buy it as it broke this high and take a scalp, a pop up to 15,400. But I mean the ATR is at 6. I just don't think it's got the gas today to do that. I think the big move is on Monday, and now it's kind of losing steam here at the top. So I do suspect if there's going to be a big move, it's going to be to the downside. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Just watching it. Look at a 4 hour. I mean, that looks pretty bullish on a 4 hour up to 15,500. You can see this big area opened up on it. Right here. That big void the price could just move right into. It's kind of like this flat top here, and then price breaks that and should just shoot up to 15,500. Some buyers. Buyers coming in on Delta down there. It may pop up to 15,400. I don't know. I don't want to get stuck up here though. I'm not gonna chase this thing. Oh no, was I on mute that whole time? I hope not. Oh, we're moving up to 15,400 now. We're breaking out of this kind of flat top. I call this like a flat top breakout. You can see it here. We've got a lot of resistance up here. Price has bounced off of it a bunch, and now we're starting to break out to the upside on it. I think it's got room up to 15,500. Let's see if price can hold up here. As you can see, we've just got this range on the 1 hour. The thing is just moving back. We've had a bunch of buying on Monday, and now it's slowing down, and we're just ranging here. We'll see if we can break out of that. We've had 1, 2, 3 attempts to break to the upside. Let's see if we can hold above 15,400. And if we can do that, then I think it's got 15,500 in its sights. But buying right now, I think I could definitely get trapped up here. I see sellers coming in on Delta. I'm gonna get rid of this blue box is kind of screwing me up. Let's look at the overnight volume profile. Thinking about taking this short at 82. just moving so slow. It's painful to watch. All the other indices are negative except for the Nasdaq. Whoa, I just think we'll do something. This is when I start to get super antsy and make a dumb trade. See point of control coming in up here. Maybe getting ready to roll down. I'm going to take a short up here. I'm seeing that delta dropping like that. I'm going to get out there from 160. I just felt like that was a little bit of support here. You might want to bounce off of it, but may start breaking down even more now. There's delta moving lower. One thing you gotta watch out when you do these evaluations is you get so attached to your P&L. Like whatever your profit is, you get, you're just staring like $330. Like you don't want to lose any of it. You feel like you're marching towards this goal, and it's really dangerous because you just start trading your P&L instead of trading your chart. It's a whole psychological mind game. You can see this. I've drawn these counter trend lines. We've had this big move up, and now we're kind of in this pullback. Big move up, pullback. I'm wondering if this trend line breaks, if it'll charge up. This is looking a little bullish here. There's just, the range on this is horrible. It's 8 ATR. You like to see that at least up around, above 15 or something, 15, 20. It's just moving so slow. You can look at this, the volume profile is only 20 points, 18 points. For the Nasdaq, that's a tiny range. think today is just going to be a slow day. It's pulling down now. But even if I would have taken that short at 82, I mean, that's only 4 points to the bottom of the volume profile. Just watching this thing move around like a snail. I think you can see Delta here dropping, making new lows. So I don't think this is a buy at the bottom of the profile here. I'm not quite sure where it's going to want to drop to, but there's clearly some support down here at 59. Again, my original trade was to try to take something down here. I mean, this is such a small range that I don't know if it's even worth it. I may just take the $160 and call it a day. I don't think it's got it today. I think there's going to be better opportunities to trade this later on. Now it's moving. Now it's broken that trend line. It'll be interesting to see what it does. Sometimes if it breaks the trend line and then you get like a wick on that candle that broke it, it's a really bearish sign. So oh, hey guys. Hey Traders Global. How many contracts? I took 2 on that trade. That's usually kind of like if I'm going to scalp and I'm just looking for 5 to 7 points, I'll usually take 2 contracts. If I'm looking to capture like a bigger rotation on it, like 10 to 20 points, I'll probably take 1 contract with the idea that I'm probably going to add one. And if I'm feeling aggressive, I'll double those. So like if I'll take like 4 contracts on a scalp sometimes, or 4 contracts on start with 2 contracts on a kind of more of a rotational trade, and then add 2 or add 1 as it begins to move my way. This looks like it's going to keep falling here. So yeah, so it broke that trend line, got a wick through it. If it would have closed above it, it would have been more bullish on it. But since we got that wick, it's just rolling over now. I still have this support level at 58, which I'm looking for it to break. The 20 SMA and the 5 minutes always support, particularly when we've got this structure going on. Yeah, today I'm not going crazy on my contracts. I don't want to blow up this evaluation thing, and I don't think I have to. I don't think I have to make $4 grand on a trade or something. Particularly because they've got this consistency rule where you can only make really like $800 a day. So there's no need to go too big on it. Might get a scalp at 78, have it move back into value area, bouncing off VWAP and the bottom of the band plus a 20 SMA. It'd be interesting to see what that hourly candle looks like. Scalp at 78. I think it may come up to 83. I'm gonna have to. The range on this is just so small. It's like. I don't know. I was about to see if I could buy that bounce at 78. I just don't know if it has it in it today to keep moving up. I'm really watching this delta down here to see what delta's doing. You can see delta popping up there. Although this 1 minute candle looks like it wants to come down. We can see delta's, it's getting some buyers coming in, but they may lose this battle here. The bears may win it. Oh, thanks, Traders Global. Yeah, I think my mic was muted at the very beginning. I've got this thing running through OBS, but then it's also on YouTube. So OBS, everything's clear, but then over on YouTube, it was muted. So I'm glad it's working now. I was about to say I think it's coming up, but then look at these sellers coming in. $57. That's a pretty gnarly bearish candle there. And that 5 minute. Look at this hour candle. Look how this thing might close. I just see this big void down here, the abyss down here, price could fall into. Do I get distracted? No, I mean, I've got these up. I primarily just look at the 500 volume here, and I'm looking at the 5 minute. And I like to have all these charts up just to give me perspective on what's going on. So I used to just have one up, or I would have like two up. But I mean, I like having a quick glance at the higher time frames to give me context. But yeah, I can see how this would look distracting. I mean, I'm not staring at all of these. I primarily am looking at, the 500 volume, 5 minute, 1 minute. Those are kind of my three main screens. And I used to have all these on different monitors, so it wasn't quite so in your face. But for the sake of doing these videos, I find it good that I can quickly point out something that's happening on one chart, on one time frame. So like right now, we're about ready to break the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. It's also going to be this downtrend line, but this could also be a big resistance area. And this 1 minute candle over here might close bearish. We might see it roll back down, but we're kind of at volume area low. It may want to come up, but this 5 minute candle is so bearish. I mean, I don't know. I was going to take a... You can see Delta here dropping now. I would short this, but we're too close to VWAP and the volume area low. That could be support. This all down here might be support. Yeah, the range today is just super small. I mean, 72 to 90. It's 18 points. That's nothing for the Nasdaq. I'm going to give it a couple minutes and see how this hourly candle closes. That's a pretty good wick on that hour. I'm wondering if it breaks. Hey, good morning, Vernon. Oh, nice. You got 1,000 ticks this week, huh? It's awesome, man. Way better than me. Although I didn't trade on Monday. Just yesterday and today is my second day of this evaluation thing. I'm watching Delta here moving lower. You can see Delta down here. I mean, I wouldn't buy it at this point. I think that if it breaks this support, we're going to fall down to 50. But I mean, come on, it's 6 points. I think I'm only going to get like 5 points if I'm lucky on it. The range is just, it just doesn't have any follow through on it today. Oh, 1,000 tick chart. Sorry, man. I was like, geez, 1,000 ticks. That's incredible. Oh, you're trading the 1,000 tick chart. Yeah, I've got a 500 tick chart up over here. This used to be my primary chart, the 500 tick, and then I switched over to the 500 volume. And I just found the 500 volume to be more reliable, like on these counter trend lines, just trend line stuff, really. I found it just gave me a little. I just had better. I mean, to be honest, better luck with it. So I just have stuck with it. I could probably switch over to 500 tick or even 1,000 tick, but I just keep trading this one. Might get something 80 to 86, 85. If we break this resistance, you can see point of control. I can see just point of control came in here. I don't know if that means anything. It could mean we're just in balance and we're going to range from the bottom of the profile to the top of the profile. I don't know. This 1 minute looks like it's going to come down a little bit more. You guys take any trades today? Anybody got anything going on? The evaluation, this is 3,000, and you've got to trade a minimum of 15 days. But the way the consistency rule works, you really only have to trade 4 days to get the to make the 3,000. But I don't know. And then if you make it in 4 days, and this happened to me last time, you make it in less than 15 days, and then the remainder of the days you just trade like a little micro contract, a small trade, like 1 or 2 ticks, and you don't really care if you take a loss or not. So that's what most people do on these evaluations. The one thing I will say about OneUp Trader that I don't like is that when you trade micros, it's the same commission as if you traded the mini. So it's $5, $5 each way. So when you trade the mini, the mini's only $5 or $2 a point. So that's, you got to make 5 points in order to just recover your commission that you pay in it. Nice job, Vernon. You got your 15 points. Yeah, I only got, nothing, like 5 points on mine. The way that I trade, I trade these little breaks of support and resistance, and there's just no follow through on this thing. Now it looks like we're about ready to start coming up here, I think there, I would take a 79 up to 85. Up to the top of this band, maybe. Up to 84. Yeah, well, 55 cents, right, for if you're trading, Bernie, if you're trading like a normal broker, it is, yeah. And even like on Top Step or one of the other evaluations, they have less commissions. But for whatever reason, just on the evaluation, OneUp Trader charges you just has like a flat standard commission on on all the products. So you get charged $5 each way on the micro, but when you get your actual live account, that commission goes down to something more reasonable, like $1.20 or something each way. I can't remember what it is, but it's more in line with what a normal broker would charge. But yeah, you've got to take that into consideration when you actually hit your target on it. Make sure you go over enough to where you can lose, $10 a day or $12 a day for the remainder of your evaluation. This thing's coming down now to that support area. I think it's got room down to 50. It's gonna go. I'm gonna take a short here and see if we can't get that thing to fall down a little bit more. Oh, bummer. I don't know if it's gonna go. I already closed out on it. That's it. Not going. Come here. Oh man, I should have held on to that, huh? Shucks. I think it's gonna keep falling though. Well, it's only 9 o'clock. Oh, thanks, Cloth Tiger. Thanks for jumping in, for watching. I should have held on to that trade there, but whatever. What's your style, Cloth Tiger? Well, how do you normally trade if you had to describe it? Oh man. I don't know, this downtrend line here is bounce off of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're coming up to number 7. Plus it's got VWAP on the top of this band there. I might take a short here on that. See how this 1 minute closes. Looks like it wants to fall down some more, huh? Yeah, that's the way to make money, man. Cloth Tiger, yeah, swing trading's the way to do it. Unfortunately, with these evaluations, I'm doing this OneUp Trader evaluations. You can't hold positions overnight, so you've got to close out at the end of the day. Yeah, scalping is definitely addictive. There's a certain gambling element to it, I think, but I mean, I'm not a gambler at all. Like, you could take me to Vegas, and I don't gamble one bit. But there is certainly some instant gratification with scalping. I've been trading the Nasdaq. I really got into trading futures back in March of 2020. Before that, I was trading Forex and equities. And I started trading futures during the COVID crash, just shorting the overall market. And that was great. And then I got addicted to trading indice futures. Started off with the S&P, the E-mini, like most people do. And then during the summer, the S&P was just moving so slow. I mean, just tiny little movements that I moved over to the Nasdaq. And then I've never gone back after the Nasdaq. It's just, it can get so volatile. It's just too much fun. So, about a year and a half or so with the Nasdaq. But trading Forex is how I really learned about technical analysis and stuff. I didn't have too much success with Forex. I was basically flat. But equities, I do more like swing trading. I hold them for a while. Yeah, the ugly micro thing. The micro thing's the worst. So I'm wondering if this thing's going to want to roll back over here. I mean, this would be kind of like an easy trade. But I think if it breaks VWAP, then we may start moving up here. So maybe it's fallen enough to where it wants to. I'm wondering if it. I'm seeing Delta down here. It might be up too high. $2 profit, yeah. I'm seeing some bullish movement here. I may end up regretting this, but let's take some risk, huh? There, pop through it. I wanted to get out 75. 75s are always resistance areas. Plus, we're getting close to this band up here at 77. I mean, there's just not much meat on this thing. This thing is moving so slow. Yeah, man. Forex. I used to trade Forex and it was okay. Forex just moves so slow. But the reason I got into Forex to begin with was because I didn't have a lot of capital. So Forex, you didn't. Nice call, Tiger. Forex, you could do $500 minimum deposit. I didn't know anything about trading, and so Forex for me was really appealing, that you could go in and open an account and trade really small. Because what I had read about trading, with equities, with stocks, was that you needed 25,000 in an account, and I didn't have 25,000. So I just opened up a little Forex account and blew that up pretty quick, and then opened up a couple more, blew those up, and then finally opened up one and made some money. And then during the COVID crash, I just bought a ton of yen and shorted the Aussie dollar against it, and shorted S&Ps, shorted the E-mini contract, and ever since then, I just got into futures, trading indice futures. I just like the structure of it. I like using volume profile, the delta. To me, it's great, and the intraday margin you get on it, I mean, you can't beat it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, Cloth Tiger. I don't know if it's going to be able to get back up. It might be able to, 15,400. This hourly is looking... I just feel like we're too high up here. But, I got this little scalp up to 76. Probably could have held it up a little bit more, but whatever. I'm glad I took my stop, though, on this short I did. This silly short was already too overextended. I'm glad I just got out when I did, instead of holding it before, or adding to my losing position. It looks like it's moving up now. Sure, I use Delta, DTW Forex. I use Delta just the same way as I would use like candlesticks, or I look for bullish structure, bearish structure. I can see here. Pull up a pen. Oh man, I really should just have a pen sitting up somewhere. Just give me a second here. So obviously we're in a bearish structure here. We also have price in a bearish structure. And now I can see price going in a bullish structure, and I can see delta coming along with that in a bullish structure. I mean, that to me signals that this is a valid bullish move, and to keep going long on it. Also, if we come into an area of resistance, like the top of a band or the value area high, kind of like where we are right now, I'm going to look at delta to see if delta starts making new lows. So if delta starts making new lows here, up at this area of resistance, I'm going to think that we're going to start moving back down. Or if it comes down here, if we get a pullback on it, let's say that we've come up, we've hit the value area high or whatever, and we can look at the 1 minute. We're in this up, we've got this up trend line here. If we roll down, we come back, let's say we hit VWAP, or we come back down somewhere into here, and then I look at delta, and delta starts moving up, then I'm going to think that this is a pullback and we're going to start moving up again. So it's just another tool to have up on the screen for me to confirm areas of support and resistance. And you can also look at delta divergence. So lots of times when price begins, we've been in a big uptrend, let's say, and I don't know if I can find an example on here, but price will be grinding up or moving up quite a bit. We'll have price moving up, and then you can look down at delta, and sometimes delta, as price is moving up, delta will actually be moving down, and that's delta divergence. And that's showing me that this move, if we were moving up, it's not here on this, but you got to imagine delta would be, like delta would have this structure, let's say. This structure over here while price was moving up like this. So just imagine price is moving up like this. We're making, higher lows, higher highs, but delta's moving down like this, making lower highs, lower lows. That would show me that price movement, that bullish price movement's invalid, and not to take a long, and to maybe look for a short opportunity into an area of resistance. I don't know if that makes sense. So like right now I'm looking, you can see delta starting to turn a little bit. We're making, some lows on delta, coming into an area of resistance at the top of the volume area. And maybe this might be, and if you were bearish on it, and you can see here delta's now moving down, this might be a good opportunity for you to take a short. But I think it's pretty choppy today. I mean, you could take a short here, I think, and probably, come out okay. I don't know. I also like to use the bands. I've got the Bollinger Bands up because I like to use those as areas of support and resistance. It also just kind of adds to areas of confluence. So like right now we're at a pretty good area of confluence. We're at the top of the 5-minute band, top of the 1-minute band, top of the 60-minute band, plus the top of the volume area. We've got delta moving lower, so I think you probably could take a short on this, except we're overall kind of bullish on the day. So we're positive delta on the day. This is another way that I use delta. We're positive delta on the day, only 100 though, so that means that's kind of flat. I mean, this thing is going in between negative and positive. And we're green on the day, and we're above VWAP. So with those three, positive delta, positive on the day, plus above VWAP, I have more of a bullish mindset. So I don't necessarily know if I want to take a short on it. But I also don't think I really want to take a long because we're at the top of these bands and the top of the volume area. So for me, there's just no trade right here. And, sometimes you're not going to know where the price is going all the time. And sometimes you just got to, sit it out. Tesla starts selling off. Yeah, Tesla, I'm waiting for Tesla to pull back to like 600 area. If Tesla can pull down to 600 area, I'm seeing Tesla right now at 715. I'm usually buying Tesla whenever it gets around 600, and I'm selling it. I have been selling it around 690, 700, something like that. I'm looking at Tesla on another screen. Yeah, but those stocks like that, I'm definitely a swing trader on stocks. Yeah, I'd be looking to buy Tesla if it dropped back down. Let's see. It's looking bullish though, but it's just up too high for me right now. Tesla's definitely not a short. If Tesla came back down around 675, I'd probably be interested in buying it. I mean, just for fun, we can look at the, oh shoot, where'd it go? We can look at a Tesla chart just for fun. It's got this support area, which is held up pretty well. I almost bought it down here on this candle, but there was some negative Tesla news. I can't remember what it was. I think it was they were coming under investigation for their autopilot, and I thought maybe that was going to keep pushing that down even further. But yeah, it seems like Tesla's moving up, breaking up above this. This looks like a reversal candle in it, but if it breaks above that, it's probably going to open up 730. But I'll wait for a pullback on it. Here comes Nasdaq falling. Yeah, I just don't know if I want to short this thing. I mean, this is kind of my mentality. I try to get a, bullish or bearish or ranging direction on it. And I think we're probably ranging. I probably should have shorted that up there. I should probably buy it down here. I'm going to switch this over to only one contract. I may buy something down here to see if it... I don't know, this might want to roll over more. You can see that 1 minute. I think down here around 50 is a possible buy. 53. See, so here it looks like it's going to fall. This is a good example of Delta. See how Delta's moving lower like that as price starts to try to move up? That's a pretty bearish sign. And maybe want to fall down to 50. You can see this Delta started making a new low on an aggressive engulfing candle there. While price made on the 500 volume, tried to make a buy play. It's going to keep falling, I think. Delta's moving lower. This thing's probably going to pop to the downside. This is where I got caught before. This is almost a very similar trade over here. Delta was moving lower. We had a little bit of consolidation, took a short, and just got price just shot the other way. Got trapped down there. Yeah, Cloud Tiger, I agree. I think down here is a decent place for long. Around 50. I'm watching this 1 minute candle over here. Oops. Some buyers coming in. I'm gonna wait for it to try to move up, move down, fail, and then break resistance. Time is at 9:30. I need to get this trend line out of here. This is screwing me up. Oh, I should buy this, I think. Well, I don't know. Well, we've hit the other side of the band on the 60-minute 41. See, I'm not seeing Delta really moving lower. 57. We are in a bearish structure though. Lower highs, lower lows. See, Cloud Tiger, where are you? Where are you located? Alright, maybe catch you next time, man. Let me take this buy at 55. I'm not seeing Delta moving down. This may want to bounce off of the lower band on the 60-minute. May get lucky here. Sweden. Alright, man. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later. Try doing this again tomorrow if you want to join us. get that move up like I wanted. That should have popped. It's going to come down. I gotta close out on that. Down 90. Oh, that's a bummer. That's gonna roll back down, I think. This is where I start to revenge trade. Me, I'm from the Midwest, man. I'm in Missouri right now. Let's see if it wants to head back up. Well, I'm glad I got out at least on that trade. Louisiana, nice. Yeah, I'm in Columbia, Missouri, which is where the University of Missouri is. Ah, this is such a risky trade. Yeah, I think I just got the direction on this wrong here. That's a bummer. Well, let's see what happens. This is an evaluation account. Whenever I say let's see what happens, though, that's always bad news. That's it. That's going down. Negative 310. Bummer. I should just pop up now. Yeah, I think it's going up now. That's how you get whipsawed. Let's see if we get a rotation up. Well, guys, I think we're gonna go all in on this one, which is never a good idea. Bummer. Yeah, I'll take that stop, I think. I think we're just gonna have to take the stop. Well, if I follow my own rules on the evaluation, you should hit it really hard the first few days because it's only a $100 reset fee. I can't buy two more. Why not? I think I'm capped at 6, but I think because my whatchamacallit, profit loss was so low that it wouldn't let me. Oh, I should have got right at 49. Come on, buddy. So let me get out of this. Because I think for OneUp Trader in the evaluation, it's like negative. Oh, sorry, I think it's like a $1,200 loss. You can't have more in a day, and I think my loss there was above 1,200, so it wouldn't let me. Like my P&L was above 1,200, so it wouldn't let me add any more to it. All right, I may just take this. Yeah, that was total luck. That was total luck. I'm just gonna call it quits on that. I'll take the $70 loss and just call it a day. I really appreciate everybody watching. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Maybe I'll blow up my account tomorrow. Who knows? Probably. But we'll try to find a better trade. I mean, this might be coming up. You know, moves back into value area high. I mean, I don't know. That kind of stinks. But I can't revenge trade. Although if it moved back into value area, I think it's got VWAP and the 20 SMA. You might take a scalp at like 58. Should we take a scalp at 58? Why not? Why not? Seven points. I think we could do it. I think we could do it, guys. We get a break to the upside. What do you guys think? No, probably not. Yeah, my brain has checked out. That's for sure. I'm going to go fill up my coffee. I'm going to come back and see what happened with that trade, if it took it or not. But I think that if price, moves back into value. Let's see. Let's look at the overnight volume. think we might get it. Let's see what happens. Ah, it just sat back down. I don't like that. I don't know. I'm just looking at Delta down there so low. See what it looks like on the 50, the 500 tick. I might be able to get that. What time is it? 9:56. Oh, I think this thing's done for me. No fear. That's right. It's an evaluation. It's not real money, except you got to pay the $100 to restart it. I just feel like if I saw Delta turned real bullish on that move, so Delta's like that, price is like that, so it's not really confirming that up move. If anything, it's probably short in here. Let me watch it for about 15 more minutes. Running out long, I like it. You're not chasing price, you're reading it. So that's good. Look at this 5 minute. I don't know, I think it might come down. It's 1 minute. Yeah, I'm on a new trial, man. Up $100 on the trial. Day 2. How you like you profit? Does that, if you pass the evaluation on you profit, do you have to pay data fees, or do they cover that? Nice job beating you. Yeah, I did earn to trade when I first discovered these evaluations. I did earn to trade to start, and I just didn't like the rules were too strict. No fees. Oh, that's cool. Even when you pass the evaluation, even when you get your funded account, there's no fees. That's the thing that got me when I passed Lilu's. I got like a bill for like hundred and something dollars to start. I was like, man. But with earn to trade, there's no, or not earn to trade, with OneUp, there's no fees. Man, I feel like this thing is gonna just move up into this. Like 59 up to 64. Yeah, Top Step I think is probably the most reputable one out of all of them. I don't know if I can watch this thing anymore. I think I'm just gonna take my $70 loss. Hey, I could have blown the account on that one trade where I went big, went against me. I could have blown it. I have to start over at day 0 tomorrow, plus play my $100. So I'll take the $100, um, the $100 in the account, And good job, Vern. I'd hold on to that, man. This thing I think is going to pop up to VWAP, or at least up to the 20 SMA, and you can see Delta moving up there. Man, I just don't know if I really want to get into that trade. I just don't know if I want to do it today. Yeah, the thing with AMP, I looked at AMP, and you can't, if I'm incorrect, you can't use NinjaTrader at AMP. You've got to use the platform over there, and I can't remember what it's called, but I paid for this lifetime license on NinjaTrader, and I'm really just used to using NinjaTrader. I don't want to switch platforms. I think it's multi-charts. AMP uses multi-charts, and I really don't want to learn something new. So I didn't. I actually had an account with AMP, and I closed it because I just didn't want to deal with multi-charts. You're a NinjaTrader at AMP. How'd you get that? I thought you couldn't use NinjaTrader at AMP. Well, that's cool. Maybe it's changed. When I was doing it, I remember, at least as I recall, I couldn't use NinjaTrader. Yeah, I mean, I've only heard good things about AMP. I might have to go back and look at them if I ever. I've got a NinjaTrader brokerage account. I think it's through Phillip Capital, Phillip or Dorman. You can only use one of the two of those with NinjaTrader brokerage. But if you buy the lifetime license, and you get a discount on your commissions. So I've just been using that. Use TradingView. Yeah, I use TradingView as well. I just don't want to pay for a bunch of data packages. I'm not really trying to short anything at this point. I think it's 10. Ruben asked if I'm gonna short the 65 range. Right now it's 10.10. I don't like trading past 10.30. I mean, that probably, you're right. 65 at VWAP, the 20 SMA is a short. You can maybe short it right here. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get stuck in another crummy trade. I'm probably just gonna be calling it a day here, and taking the small red day $70 loss. I need to get better at having red days. That's where I get myself into trouble. I don't like having red days. I don't like having my account go down. But that's just the reality of this game, is that you're gonna have red days. And I got to get better at taking small ones instead of having a small red day and then trying to get a small green day and end up getting a huge red day. which has been my MO lately. Interactive brokers with futures. I know you can trade futures contracts, but I didn't know you could do futures like margins on that. I thought you had to pay normal margin on it. When I first started trading equities, God, 5 years ago or something, I used interactive brokers to trade that. It's incredible how far the retail trade space has come in that amount of time. Get a 4-point move to go to 0. I could probably try that, but I don't really want to. I could probably buy at 55. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it right now. I think I am done. Yeah, I'm gonna be calling it quits every day, around 10:30. So, I think this is a short. Jeez, I don't know. This is such a tiny range. I mean, what are you supposed to do with this? I guess you buy in down here. You buy it here, think it's going to come up to 59, or you short it up at 64. I think right now I'm just trying to find something to get a green day, and I don't see any really good opportunity. So tomorrow I'm going to come back. Tomorrow, hopefully, we find a larger move. My best days when I have those four-figure days is when I can find the bigger move, and I add to that position as we move into the direction of where I think price is going to go. And taking these small scalps, you get little wins, and they're fine, but they can really blow up in your face. I mean, you got to be careful with them. So tomorrow we're going to try to get a bigger move. Let's look at the daily, what the daily is looking like. Tomorrow I think that if we broke above 400 tomorrow, I think that would become a pretty good trending day up to 15,500, which you might see by the end of the week. You can see the band here kind of rolling in on the 4-hour. But we're going to have to wait for a better opportunity. I mean, if we close like this today, that could be a really bearish sign for tomorrow. You might be able to get a good short in tomorrow. Now I'm looking at it. Maybe you can get in above 66. Take that up a little bit here. I don't know. It's 10:15. This thing's gonna slow down. All right, guys. That's it. I'm out. You guys, I hope you guys tune in tomorrow, man. Let's do this again tomorrow. 8:25 Central Time, same time. And if you guys keep trading, let us know how you did today. I'm probably gonna call it quits. This just isn't my scene right here. And I'll take the small red day. And I really appreciate you guys all watching in, man. Yeah, tune in tomorrow if you can. 8:25. We can all get back on and let's see. I'd be really interested to know how you guys did for the rest of the day. So I'll leave the chat up for like 10 more minutes if you guys want to chit chat. But I'm gonna take off and I will be back tomorrow. So I'll see you guys. But I'll leave the chat up. I'll leave it open streaming. So if you guys want to keep messaging, see you guys. Thanks a lot.